Why am I yellow? Hmm. I'm yellow and I don't like it. I don't know why I'm yellow. Good morning, boys. Why am I yellow? Why am I yellow? My room is literally like straight purple. And now I'm yellow. The new alpha accounts are actually insane, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Not at all. They are insane. I don't know why I'm yellow. I don't like it. It's distracting and it annoys me. I know everything from today and forward will be May. What do I think of the new plan? I think it's the best intermediate plan. I still think for beginners, the zero plan is better because that shit is like really good for beginners. But if you're intermediate, you try and take it up one level. Yeah, I think TGIF is possible. I like these lows. Um, all-time high is also possible. I'd rather not short all-time highs, so we're gonna try to align for a long, but we'll see. Yellow, guys, it's pissing me off. I just turn the lights off. Still yellow. Like, what is this yellow? One sec, guys. Give me one sec. This yellow light is annoying me. Let me try to fix it. Okay, red is better than yellow. I'll take it. Red is better than yellow. I'll take it. This is fine. All right. Well, good, boys. Well, good, everybody. Welcome, welcome. How long are you? I'm back, bro. I'm back. We took like basically 1 week off. Um, yeah, we're back. We back. Back again. We back. The premium plan is absolutely amazing, especially if you're trying to scale up. The reason I like the premium plan is because you can get one payout that's small first. So you get $500 on each account, no buffer required, and then you can just start going for larger payouts, right? On the zero, you can't do that. You kind of stuck with the smaller payouts. But on this one, if you want to go for it, you can. So this could be like, it's definitely my number one. Alpha's payout caps, depending what plan you do. The 0 is 1,500 or 3,000. The premium is, it goes up to 6,000 per account, which is kind of crazy. 6,000 is pretty crazy per account per week. Like, that's crazy. The Knicks game was absolutely insane. Maximum muscle moving. Yeah, exactly. It'll be after trading. How many accounts you can have? You can have 5. So technically, you could make 30K a week, which is crazy. I mean, you're probably not going to make that in 1 week, but maybe a month or two. Right? Maybe a month or two. Here. Make sure everything's set and ready. I'll be on the live account today. I guess some of you guys didn't see the pre-market plan. If you guys go on my Twitter, you'll see my pre-market plan for today. I was pretty neutral biased, but I think the easiest thing to do is just align long towards a new all-time high. Here while I sign into everything. Open up my journal. I'll show you guys the plan. Yeah, initially I was neutral. But now we're just going to be aligning long towards a new all-time high. I'll be trading my live account today and some evals. That's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. So we wait for market open. If we can get any sort of move lower, we go long. If we get strong displacement, we can always take a protraction long. And that's it. Very simple day. If we break down from all-time highs, I have no problem going short TGIF, especially because these equal lows are really clean. And it's Friday, so yeah, lead combo for real. Yeah, I don't think it's too clear, but I think all-time high is likely. I'm just here to say that Clan War Leagues is coming and we need people. Boys, if you want to join the Clash of Clans team, we are elite. Only the elite can join. The clan is called Gems Clash, and you'll find the GatieTrades in there. How do I find a buys if all of these were filled in range? I mean, okay, I think we can all agree higher time frame, we're still bullish. That definitely has not changed. Take a look at YM. What the daily did YM reach? YM hit previous week's high. That was my target for the week. I mean, I think it makes sense that we make a regular trading hours high for high of day, potentially. So whatever highs in pre-market is probably going to be taken. I'm bullish. It's Clash of Clans. There is a Clash Royale one, but no one really plays on that one at all. Why are you copying me? I'm the only gems? What? It's GEMS Clash. You qualified for your first ever payout. Congratulations, brother. I'm very proud of you. Do you trade any other session? I'm open to trading them. PM session would be my next go-to. Yeah. Recently, I've just been on my live account. I've just been trading morning. Clash Royale better? I am kind of playing Clash again, yeah. How do you determine low of day? Previous days, this is low of day. This is the current lowest low that we've had since the market opened at 6 p.m. Eastern time. SMT is not a factor with ES. Speaking of SMT, I think I want to add that indicator. I keep adding it and then unadding it. I think I want to use it. Not sure how good it is. Change where it labels it. I want it in the center. I feel like. I think we'll try it. Is it just me? Do you think zero accounts are still better for a beginner? Yes, absolutely. I don't disagree with you. I think it would be only if you wanted to take it up a notch and go for larger payouts. The one thing that's really good about premium is you can still request that easy payout like you do with the zero, right? So you can still just go for 5 winning days, no consistency rule. So you can just go for the 5 winning days, and that's the easiest as a payout we'll ever get. Honestly, like that's the easiest potential payout. Um, the difference is how much money you can make. That's literally it. You can make a lot more. So what's a good plan? Like what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to aim for a very small, easy payout at first, and then go for larger ones, right? That's what I'm gonna do. So you can get a very like easy, even if you request $500 on 5 accounts, 2,500, and then you can start going aggressive, and then when you can start making some really good stuff. So I will still use funding pips with their fire. Are you bullish? Yes, looking for a new all-time high, and then we'll see what happens if this then that. The cheaper, yeah, it is pretty cheap with 25% off. It's quite. It's I mean it's like the OG Top Step pricing. Um, but you can also, if you want to save money, I don't personally like it. I'd rather pay an activation fee. There is an option for no activation fee. I think it's like I don't know how much it is. It might be like $100 with 25% off. No activation fee, which means you'll save a lot. But you'd have to pass in 1 or 2 tries. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And in my opinion, I'd rather spend $50 on an eval because I don't care about no activation fees. Like if I'm probably gonna get a payout, right? It's like I mean, think about it, guys. Think about it. If you're getting, let me record this. If you're getting a Propfirm account and you're annoyed about the activation fee, you're basically just telling yourself you don't think you can get a payout, right? I'd rather spend as little as possible on the evaluation phase because I'm confident that I'm going to be getting a payout. So I don't care about no activation fee, right? As opposed to spending more upfront. In my opinion, that's more annoying because one, I hate the eval phase, and two, I want to spend as little as possible on evals. The activation fee gives me the funded account, and I mean, if you want to be profitable, you have to get payouts, right? Like you pretty much have to. There's no way around it. So if you don't, like, so you know what I'm saying? Nvidia, what did Nvidia do? I don't know. Oh shoot, market open. Hold on, let me lock in here. Okay, market open. Very nice opening range gap. We could potentially target that later. Looks like we're going straight to all-time highs. Target being hit. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. Now we scan for a potential TGIF. I don't like... There's too much SMTs going on right now. All I want... You know what I could do? I could remove this SMT and leave it on the right chart. And keep this chart clean. Yeah. Yeah, all the draws just got smacked. Rude. I agree with you, Defi. Zero accounts are really good for just simple small payouts. But if you want to take it up a notch, like the no consistency rule will make a difference in the long run. If you want to get a larger payout, you're going to need big days. You're going to need to catch a trend day where you pyramid and it just goes straight to TP. One of those in 1 month. Will you get the activation fee? No, you don't get the activation fee back. Is giveaway still valid? There's going to be a May giveaway now. So any entries now will be for May. So always let me know. If you guys ever use my discount code on any prop firm and you want to join a giveaway, you don't have to let me know. But if you want to join, always message me on Discord. Send me your first name, the account that you got, and how many. And I always have a giveaway running. You've been sitting in the chair for 4 hours? And yeah, always let me know. Any advice for premium plans? Get the no activation fee option and try to pass quickly because it's very cheap eval, right? And you don't have to rush it. Obviously, you don't have to rush it, but I think it's $50 with no activation for that for the activation fee route. Why would a beginner go for the zero when you would have to make 5 days and consistency? Because the zero is really freaking cheap. That's why. Like, that's being straight up honest with you. A beginner who has like no payouts probably doesn't want to spend. I guess it'd be 200. So, yeah. Well, the market is pumping. We've hit all-time highs. We've hit 27,700. That was actually one of my weekly targets. That was actually one of my weekly targets. So do you pay for? You pay after passing. So that's why I like that option because you pay after you pass. So like, I know I'm probably gonna get a payout, especially when it's that easy. So Tradeify Select, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. It's not a bad account, but the new Alpha Premium is literally Tradeify Select but better. I'm still long. I put stop below last candle. Good luck, bro. That's nice. How long do Alpha give you to pay the activation fee, and how much is the fee? I believe it's $150. And how long do you have? Good question. I actually don't know. You think Lucid Flex is better than zero? Not for a beginner, no. I wouldn't use Lucid Flex. If you have like zero payouts, I wouldn't use Lucid Flex. I'd use Alpha Zero because Lucid Flex, you have to build a buffer. The only exception is like if Lucid has a really good discount or if Alpha has no discount, then maybe you could argue because of the pricing. But the payout's still harder on Lucid Flex. Alpha Trader is really good. I know it's been tested, and I'll be honest with you guys. Like, if you guys remember TradeC when it first launched, there were so many issues. They're just trying to prevent that. That's all it is. You don't need a buffer for Flex. You don't need a buffer, but you do need a buffer. You do, right? Like, it's not a requirement, but you're gonna have to build one if you want to get more than one payout. You know, because if you make let's say you make $1,000, Bahar, I think that's your name, or Bashar. If you make 1,000, request 500. You're screwed. You only have 500 left. Like, you're gonna have to build a buffer. Like, in my opinion, the best account is the one that's to get the easiest payout. It's not about what's okay. If it's really expensive, obviously you don't want to get it, right? But if it's like $40 or $50 more, who cares if like if $50 more? Like, what matters is how am I going to get paid as easily as possible? Because you're trying to be profitable. You're not trying to spend as little as possible. You're trying to get the best possible return on investment. Buffer versus 50% profit payout basis. Not necessarily, Mark, because Mark, you can still make $1,000. This is what I'm advocating for. On Alpha Futures Premium, you can make 1,000 and request 500, right? And that's 2,500 total if you have 5 accounts. You cannot do that. You're not going to do that with TopStep. You're not going to do that with Tradeify. You're not going to do that with Lucid. So you can just get, you can even do less. You can make $500 on your Alpha Futures Premium plan. Request 250 money back. And if you have 5 accounts, it's 1,250, right? You can't do that with any other firm. There's no other firm where you can make $600 and just request 300 for yourself and then continue trading, right? So that's what I'm advocating for. Like, you can get that first payout day very easily. This market is crazy. What's the stock market doing? I'm gonna check my phone for the check this. Yeah, let's check my phone. Yep, that's Alpha Premium. Well, you can do that on any Alpha account, but yes, Alpha Premium. No, you don't need a buffer. Yeah, that's the main. That's what's crazy about it. Okay, Apple's up. I like that. I'm in long-term Apple plays. Robinhood almost back to our entry. We had a dollar cost average in there. Microsoft's up. I like that. Nvidia, Google, yeah, not that many gains. Yeah. Yesterday I got a lot of hate for going long, and can I just say, you guys were all wrong. If you were hating yesterday and you're back, you probably are. Um, yeah, Alpha's the only one doing that. Does the rebuild stop? Yes, rebuild will stop. I encourage you guys to do your best to try to pass in one day. What is dollar cost average? My first position in Robinhood was 82. My next position was like 74, 72 or something. My average now is 76 or 75 or something like that. So like, you buy it when it's going against you. But I only do that with long-term stock plays. What do you usually do when the market moves like this a lot and I feel like I lose? Good question. Option 1, you can just leave. Option 2, you can take a protraction model scalp long. And option 3 is you wait for a reversal, which is not what we're going to do. Especially because this opened below true day. And there's S&T on the 930 low. I don't think we come back. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for a 950 macro protraction model. And we're going to look for a new high of day. And we're going to hope that we can get at least 1 R. Again, you messaged me? Can you message me again? If you don't mind. I got you, Dre. Well, I got you, Stephen. I actually appreciate you messaging me again. Because I actually did miss that. I'll always reply. So if I don't reply to your message, it means I got lost somewhere. So just send me a message again. Nasdaq's pulling higher. S&P's pulling lower. YM is bearish. I don't even know, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna start. Okay, what do you guys think? Yes, SMT indicator or no SMT indicator? Hold on, let me show you guys before you make a decision. Because I'll be honest, when I look at the two, I don't really look for SMTs. I made a video about Alpha Premium. Look at my most recent TikTok. It's kind of messy. When I look at the two, I don't look for it really. If it's an obvious divergence, I'll see it. What I look for is just to strengthen the candles. No SMT indicator? Let's take it out. It does make it too messy. Something like this crazy? Is this crazy? ES has a protraction. Let's wait for the macro. Beautiful orb. Nice shorts. What are you trading? Shorts? What's TGIF model about? Imagine you were long the whole week, you made a lot of money, and you want to close your profits. What's going to happen if a lot of people with a lot of money start closing their longs? The market will pull back, right? That's the idea of TGIF. Yeah, I think it'll throw me off more. Exactly. Like you'll start overthinking stuff. I'll start overthinking stuff. Um, 950 macro protraction. I mean, that's what we're looking for, boys. Is one payout a month good enough? Of course, it's good enough. I mean, it's just you can always move up, but you can just do that, right? But I would encourage you, like, if you can get that on one account, you can probably get that on more. You think it'll pump more? I don't think that's the right question. The question you want to ask yourself is, would you short this? In my opinion, absolutely not. Second question is, do I think it'll continue? I think it's more like the most probable thing is it's going to continue. What you need to ask yourself is it worth putting risk on? Is it worth putting risk on? And in my opinion, a 950 macro protraction model targeting a new high of day is worth putting risk on. But that's it. That's really it. When can we expect manipulation though? You don't have to expect it. You just have to wait for it. What's low of right? What would it be? Third. So, what this week was a Monday low of week or Tuesday? So Tuesday manipulated lower into the daily fair value gap, and since then Wednesday pulled higher, Thursday pulled higher, Friday pulled higher. So where was your manipulation? Your manipulation was on Tuesday. I don't know why, but I feel like shorts could play. It could. It definitely could. ES is showing signs of weakness. YM is already at low of day. What's important is dollar, which is actually pulling lower. In my opinion, I'm just going to look for a protraction model long 950 macro. You shorted 90. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Alpha break even. Do you think alpha futures premium is the best value for small, consistent payouts? Small, consistent payouts. Yeah. No. I'd say go alpha zero still. If you want small, consistent payouts, I'd say alpha zero. With the exception is if you want to go for bigger winning days. Because technically payout is still easier on premium because there's no consistency rule. Sometimes alpha zero, what will happen is if you take like 2 or 3 losses in a row, you have to win a lot more. But on this account, you don't. You could literally, like, guys, take this in. You could lose 4 trades in a row, win 5, and then request a payout. Like, just think about that. Like, because you never need to build that consistency rule, right? You can lose 4 days in a row, win 5, and then you request. Even if it's just 1 R every day, right? Even if your account's only up $200 or $500 at the end of the day, you can request. On Alpha Zero, you can't because you still have to get that consistency rule, right? Yep, correct, Lori. How many accounts allowed on Alpha? You can do 5. Alpha Trader, there's no date, but just know that they're improving it. That's why it's being delayed. They're improving. They're making adjustments to make it better. Premium, yeah, premium's easier. The only downside is if you have literally no payouts, like 0, I would encourage Alpha Zero first, only because it's cheaper. But it's not even that much cheaper now that I think about it. If you do the no activation plan, if you do the no activation rule one, it's almost the same. So I might just say use premium. Like I'm using premium. I'm saying I'm going to be using premium, and my plan is to take a small payout first, and then build the bankroll, and finish the second half of the year amazingly. Like that's my plan. We started off the year strong. went into a slump. I'm going to try to finish it off strong. Premium has that, the $60 premium has activation fee. If you do no activation fee with discount right now, exactly. Yeah, I mean, right now, does Alpha Zero not have 25% off? Or is it just the premium that's 25% off? Get this. There's nobody buying Alpha Zero, please. With the 25% off right now, it just makes no sense. It's just premium. Do not buy that plan. Unless you're going to go for a 25K, go for, yes, I'm going to copy trade 5 Bashar. But I'll be risking 1% on each. So I'm not going to full pour. If I had one account, I would just trade it, risk it all. How much should you risk on a zero? I think $200. You don't need more than that. You don't need more than that. You're permabanned? You know what? Maybe I'll ask. What I'll do is ask if someone who's permabanned can ever be removed. So which one would you say is the best? Right now, because the 25% off, I think it's no question the premium plan is the best. What's your approach to scaling funded? Very simple. Every time I get it funded, I go for a small payout, and then I try to go for a larger one. And that's it. You want to see a tap in the 5-minute bullish gap with retracement or waiting short? Yeah, something like that. Retrace to the 5 and go long. You don't need a buffer. No buffer required. 25% off. And if you guys want to join the May giveaway, April giveaway will announce after this. May giveaway. Hopefully we can get something better. What's a small payout for me? Small payout means as soon as I'm eligible. So I've taken $500 payouts. And that's probably like the smallest I'd go. Because then it's like, at that point, it's like one win. So, does the drawdown get moved? No, sir, it does not get moved. How much should you risk on a top set 50K eval? I'd say at least 500. It is not 25%, or I cannot find 25% off the premium Alpha Futures premium plan. The biggest? No, the smallest. So if I go up to 52K on Alpha Futures premium, my max limit stays. No. The drawdown still trails. It just doesn't trail when you request a payout. So let's say, for retrospect, let's say you made $600 and you want to request $300. You can do that, and the maximum loss limit will not trail. It'll stay at 48.6 or 48.6. So you can request that $300 and still trade the account. If you make $2,000 on the account, you've already built a buffer for yourself. You didn't have to, but you did, which means you're probably going for larger payouts. Which is why I like it so much, because then you can go for a small payout first and then go for a larger one. It'll stop trailing once you make 2K. Yep, exactly. The premium reset fee. If you blow your funded, you can pay an amount to reset it. It's quite a hefty amount. I'd probably just say get a new eval, honestly. What's something you learned in trading that was able to help you in real life? Good question. I feel like there's something for sure. I need a cleaner manipulation than this. Good question. Something I learned when trading in real life that helped me in real life. I mean, definitely the patience. Definitely the patience, yeah. Like, I've definitely become a lot more patient. Like, just being able to sit and observe and just see what happens. Yes, you can trade US 100. That's totally fine. Nothing interesting to watch. Yeah, don't watch that. No one's asking you to be here. You should use glasses for your eyes. It's not a bad idea, bro. Honestly. Is there an activation fee? There's one option with activation fee, and there's one option with no activation fee. What else? Make 2K and request 2K. Did I get? Yeah, you'll get the payout. Yeah, you'll get the payout. You can do it. Can you trade gold with Lucid? Yes, sir. You can. Yes, sir. What, no more crash outs? I was never really the type of person to crash out. Can my comment be seen? Yep, I can see you, brother. Appreciate you, Uncle. What activation fee? Alpha Futures premium plan, you get to choose activation fee or no activation fee. I prefer the activation fee one. I know a lot of people hate it, but to me, it doesn't really make sense. Like, I have no problem paying an activation fee because I know if I get funded, I'm probably going to get a payout, especially if it's alpha futures. So I'll pay the activation fee, right? How can you trade when it's clear long but it's overextended? One, overextended is just your perception. Who knows? If I told you we're going to go to 28,000, let's just say hypothetically, then we're not overextended. We're actually still in discount. You know, the question is how high, you know, based on your experience, can this potentially go? I don't know. Good question. Regardless, I have no problem taking along if we do this, target the high, and then just let's go. You need to pay, right? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do the activation fee. No trades. 30% chance to pass and 50% chance to get payout. And to get payout on alpha premium will cost you 660 on average. I mean that I don't know that I don't understand the map. I believe you. So whatever that guy said, that sounds pretty good to me, right? Sounds pretty good to me. 30% chance to pass. Oh yeah, I guess. So you'd be spending around 600. Say you took 3 tries to pass. And then it's not $79. It's $50 because there's 25% off. What do you mean discount? We're at all-time highs. I'm talking about discount of an implied dealing range, right? Discount is only relative to how high we can go. If I told you guys that we could reach all the way up here, right? This is called an implied dealing range. If I told you we can go all the way up here, are we in discount or premium? What you would do is you take the open and you'd measure that and you say, well, if I'm expecting this much movement, then I want my entry somewhere in here so I can target this. Obviously, this is difficult because our projection is a number that's never been reached, but this method is very effective when you have an actual objective. And 28,000 is always possible. I mean, it's already showed a willingness to just absolute trend, so who knows. What is better for a funded, Lucid, Apex, or Alpha? I'd recommend Alpha number 1, especially for a beginner. Are you going to short? No, sir. I wouldn't short unless we broke like all the way back below here. I wouldn't short this breaker. In fact, I think a lot of people will short this breaker. They'll get stopped, and then I'll be able to go long. That's what I think is going to happen. Funded X is good. Yeah, Funded X is good. How come you recommend Alpha over Lucid? One very simple reason. On Lucid, you have to build a buffer. That's it. And on Alpha, you don't. So it's not that Lucid's bad. I just think if you have no payouts, it's better to go with Alpha first. Get your payout, even if it's small. Get your payout because you don't need to make a lot of money, and then you can go into Lucid. Lucid's account is still really, really good. Tradeify Select is also really, really good. But again, I'd put it in that same boat. How often do you get payouts on Alpha? I mean, there was a point where I was getting one every single week. How come Alpha over Apex? Apex is really good if you're aiming for 20 accounts. You don't need buffer on Lucid, but I mean, you're not going to make 1,000 and request 500, right? And that's like the scenario I'm talking about. You're not gonna make 1,000 request 500 because that's gonna absolutely screw you. Like I personally wouldn't request a Lucid payout unless it was above 2K. Do you need a buffer on their premium? No, sir. If I say that I entered a trade at 845 long on NQ, why would you think it's a valid setup based on your analysis? 845? Holy shit, man. It's a protraction. Play it out. 845, it would just be a continuation idea. If you believe that this was your low of... I don't like that long. Is that low of day? If you believe that this was your low of day, I'd say it's not bad. But I don't see how I could I wouldn't trust it personally. I don't like that there's just equal lows in pre-market and that's low of day. I think that's like rare. Buffer on Lucid, you're gonna want to get to $2,000. I only do lives on YouTube. We do have 10 a.m. orange folder, so we'll see if 10 a.m. can... Would I even want to long now? Like, this low should be protected. It's tricky. I'd probably still long. How can we trade? Find a long that's worth the risk. Yeah, DXY is weak. I mean, there's been one protraction model here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'd ever take one like this. But I can't say it didn't form. That's way better. What's the difference between the regular alpha account and the alpha premium? Alpha premium, you can make more money. That's the only difference. Yeah, no, valid, brother. I don't think it's a bad trade at all. The wick took you out on ES. That's unfortunate. Wait, but you with the protraction formed here. I don't know. You know what might be the play? Finding a long on YM. That might be the play. We get a protraction on YM. If we can get a retracement lower at 10 a.m., there's 2 orange folders. We'd be able to go long. Can you explain what a buffer is and what Propfirm there is no buffer? A buffer is simply when you request a payout, how much money do you have left to trade with in the account? Okay, if there's some Propfirms, why would I never take that long? I shouldn't have said never. The reason I don't like it is because I just wanted to see it move lower. It's just I would prefer a doesn't have to be deep like here. I was personally looking at the 15 or no, sorry, it was a 10. The 10 minute in the macro. And now that I'm looking at it, there's actually an SMT there. So I actually missed that. SMT indicator, man. So that would have probably, I don't know if that would have changed things, but I would have preferred it come back into the 10. Like I just, it's hard to trust this 10 minute being a breakaway. It's hard. But that's a 950 macro protraction. I would never call it a bad trade. It's hard to risk on that. It's hard. It's the stop loss. Like, I see a likely scenario of getting souped and then go. You know what we should do if I'm like never sure if I should take a trade, but mostly my trades are working out on demo? I think you need more practice. I want you to build a journal of all your trades. All of them. Motorcycle? Nah, bro. My buffer. Yeah, sorry. So let's say there's some Propfirms rise. Let's say you make $500 and you request $500. You blow the account. The account's gone. Why? Because you didn't leave a buffer in the account. A buffer is the amount of money that will stay in your account after payout, right? So some Propfirms, what happens is when you request a payout, they'll move your limit to 0. So let's say Top Step, for example. Top Step, if you make, let's just say very simple, let's say you make $500 and you request $250, okay? You only have $250 left. That $250 buffer is nothing. Like, you're probably going to blow the account. You can't even afford like 1 or 2 losses, okay? If you want to build a buffer, you'd have to make more money. Let's say you made $2,500 and then you request $250. Well, now you have $2,250 left to work with, right? I want to see this pull back. I'll take the next protraction to 27.9. Does that make sense? So the benefit with alpha futures is they don't have that rule. On alpha futures, if you make 500, request 250, you still have $1,750 left. The buffer that was previously there is still there. Hopefully that makes sense. YM took all-time highs. You think Propfirms will go away? I don't think so. They're making a lot of money. Cliche Mike? Yeah, don't. Just because you guys didn't have an entry doesn't mean someone else couldn't have. Maybe Mike bought the SMT at 929. I don't know. I need help. My Apex account says it's dormancy level, first warning. I think you haven't traded it in a long time, brother. Just go put a trade and close it right away. Gonna buy 5 alpha premiums. I'll be with you soon, brother. I'll be with you there soon. How many ticks have you made since 9:30 open? 1,028. Yeah, exactly. You should do that on your been dormant. Oh shit. Yeah, go just you can just click buy and then click sell. If you want it to be as little as possible, do YM. YM has like the least ticks and stuff. Appreciate you, SA. If you use my code, let me know on Discord because I always run giveaways. So let me know if you want to join. Enter the 782 30-second OB. Nice. On Apex, you need $50. You have to make 50? Oh shit. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. It probably just has to update. So you mean if I make the new Alpha Premium plan? Yeah, I made a video about it. It's, in my honest opinion, like I know I'm affiliated with all the firms. And I say with my honest opinion, it's the best, I'm going to say intermediate plan. But right now, because it's 25% off, I wouldn't get the Alpha Zero. So with the 25% off, I think it's the best plan. If it was only 10% off and I was a beginner trader, I'd still use the Alpha Zero. Can you please show me 500 ticks since open on your screen? Well, you can just, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, see how it says 263 points? That's 1,053 ticks. This is from 9:30 open to currently the high. So, yeah, I don't know if that helps. Completely ignore me. I didn't see your message. Sorry, bud. So, you mean if I make 2K in profit and request 1K? No. Because, okay, I think people are confusing with, does the drawdown still trail? Yes, the drawdown trails. If you make 500, the drawdown trails 500. What doesn't happen is when you request a payout, the drawdown doesn't just jump to 0. That's the difference. But if you make $2,000, then it's going to jump to 0 anyways. You've already built the buffer for yourself, right? You didn't have to use that buffer that's minus 2,000 that they give you with. In my opinion, Alpha Futures was always the best, but Lucid is still a very good option too. That's for all Alpha Futures accounts, yes. Should I start with one Propfirm or more? I would start with one. Tradeify Select, you're going to want to build a buffer on that. And that's fine. I'm not saying it's the worst thing. There's nothing wrong with building a buffer. I mean, you should be able to, like, if you plan on making money with Propfirms, you're going to have to eventually build a buffer. But if you have 0 payout and you're just trying to get one, I'd recommend just going for like a $500 payout, honestly. Alpha and Lucid, on their premium plan, Lucid, the max payout is a lot less, and 2, on Lucid, you're encouraged to build a buffer before requesting a payout. That's the difference. On the Alpha account, they have an option. The 0 account, no activation fee. The premium account, you choose if you want to build a buffer or not, a pay activation or not. How long did it take for you to pass your first? I think it took me 3 months. It took me 3 months, but I only tried 3 accounts, so I took my time. How should I play on Lucid Flex on funded? Oh wait, no, my payout was 3 months. I passed in my first month actually. And my first payout was 3 months of trying. It was Top Step. Back in the day, guys, there was none of these firms existed. Back in the day, you chose between Apex or Top Step. That was it. And I didn't even know Apex existed back then. I thought buffer was a cushion. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's a cushion after payout. The benefit to Alpha Futures is you can go into negative. Also, we may get a long here potentially. Did we hit 27.9 or did we edge? Oh, we did. Unfortunate. Daily loss limit? That answer I honestly don't know. I think they do. They may have removed it though, actually. Do you think looking like on DXY is important? Yes. What are the levels you mark out before trading? 8:30 open, true day open, opening range gap high, low, and 25% quadrants, and any targets I have for the day. Um, difficult. What is that? 25%. That's your opening range gap quadrant levels. 10 a.m. is here. There's already one macro protraction. Now the macro's over. So many setups I was right about. I never took just marked out the protraction thing. Yeah, I mean, one protraction here, two protractions there. As soon as I take a protraction, it's going to retrace deeper. I might try it. Also, Bo, please share the process on how to play on funded on Lucid. As you said, there's buffer. I want to get the maximum payout. You have to make money above 2,000. So the benefit to Lucid is there's no consistency rule. So in my opinion, you want to be more selective with your trades, and you want to build very good positions. You want to build good positions. So you take a trade, you pyramid, you move your stop, you pyramid, you move your stop. You only risk 200, but you end up making 600, 700, 800. And then you lose, and then you win, and then you lose, and you repeat that process. Once you get above 2,000, then you start looking to request. Say you get to 2,500, request 500. Then you go for 3,000 or more, you know. You got a limit at 27.9. Nice, good luck. What are the levels you marked out before trading? Brother, I answered your question. Now I have to re-answer them. Midnight opening price. The opening price of the candle at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, opening price. So this and this, okay? I'll mark out the opening range gap high, low, and the 25% quadrants between those 2 points. And then I'll mark out any targets I have for the day. Is protraction your thing? ICT doesn't teach protraction model, but what he did teach, and this is where I developed it from, was the idea is very simple. ICT was teaching to buy into a fair value gap, right? And expecting this, let's say. So he would teach, you buy the fair value gap, stop at the bottom, and you look for this. But he said in one of his videos in 2022 mentorship, no one else picked up on this, I don't think. He said, if you're uncomfortable buying the fair value gap, what you can do is put a buy stop right here, and then you put your low, you put your stop loss instead of the bottom of the fair value gap, you put it at the low that formed inside the fair value gap, right? So instead of, for example, and it's quite this simple, right? I'll give you the best example right now. Instead of buying this fair value gap, you wait for it to go in, and you buy it when it breaks above the fair value gap. And instead of putting your stop loss at this candle low, you'd put it at this candle low. And that would be the idea, right? The risk to reward would be similar, right? Obviously, the fair value gap will be a little bit better sometimes, but that's the idea, right? I call it a protraction model because it's range expansion. Do I know what episode that was in? I have absolutely no idea. I have not. I completely forget. You got payouts in January 15th. Since then, didn't get any payout. Well, congrats, and hopefully you can go more. How long after first payout you got my first 5-figure month? Good question. August was closed. August 2024 was close. If you mean only from trading. Oh my god, I wish I knew how to buy that breakout today. It's tough. CISD, even if it's temporary. I don't understand your question. You don't wait for the breakout structure or the CISD? That is sometimes what I wait for, yes. Wait, so if I make 2K in the funded and take out a band, I can only lose a band before I blow it? Correct. Yes. Correct. I also came up with, but I'm happy you asked that. The point I'm trying to make is you can make 1K and request a band, and then you still have a band to work with. You don't have to actually make 2K. That's the difference. That's what I'm trying to advocate for. You don't have to make that. You don't have to make as much money to request. I also came up with the model from my own experience because the type of is used by the FFU. Yeah, I mean, it was also I'll be honest. The reason I stopped buying fair value, and there is sometimes I still will buy a fair value gap. I call it a deferred protraction model, where sometimes the protraction model forms, so we get the tap and break, but then we have another fair value gap here. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll buy that fair value gap, and my stop loss will be at the previous protraction model. I call it a deferred protraction model. And honestly, that's one of my highest win rate models, but I don't trade it often. Usually I just take the protraction. How can I left 2K buffer after the first payout? You have to make 4K. If you request 2K, then you have to make 4K. What else if I make 2 bands and request 2 bands? Load the account and try again on check? You can do that if you want. Nothing wrong with that. Activation fee is $150 if you choose the $49 account option, or I think it's $59. Or you can do the no activation fee option. Appreciate you, Memorial. Yeah, hopefully May's a good month, guys. I mean, so far we're off to a good start. We didn't take any dumb trades. That's good. Buying the propulsion block with a series of down close candle OB is the best entry model. I mean, there's no best, but if that's what works best for you, that's good. We need that deferred protraction. Exactly. That would have been like buying this fair value gap with the stop loss here. But we have not retraced at all. My trade inversion is not. What protraction is my model. That's just the name I gave it. I had another SMT here that I didn't see. Like if we just could have manipulated just a little bit at 9:30, like just like a little bit, wouldn't that have been so much better? New target now. Every 50 on the Nasdaq. S&T with YM at the highs. I'm honestly considering getting long on YM. Like an OB here. Like this is what I wanted. I mean, that's your 5-minute gap. Issue is we can't even really get 1R out of it. Can't even get 1R. What's gold doing today, out of curiosity? Gold is also just pumping. Is oil pumping? No, oil is going down. Cool. Kind of a lame Friday. Exactly. That's really good advice. Positive said, don't get caught up with reasons on why you should or could have taken a trade. Doesn't matter. I would not look for a TGIF. No. Completely out of the question. Would have had to break from all-time highs right when we took it. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying I wouldn't look for it at this point. Shorts? Sure. Why is bro ignoring me? I don't mean to, brother. They said Hermes will open, so oil's going down. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I expect it to go down after all that stuff. CJ think about that Hermes a big pullback earlier in the week? Good question. Yes, it is still possible. Especially because Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, was a nice expansion day. How much is the activation fee for the premium? It's $150 if you choose the activation option. You could always do the no activation option. You can destroy people eating today? What? Can you explain why M1 below was never filled? It was a breakaway gap. When we're really, really bullish, we won't fill. If I make 1K and request 500 on Lucid, exactly, Rise. Exactly. 500. Exactly. But on Alpha, you'll have 1,500. Pablo and eval didn't take anything on front, they might just leave it for the day. I would leave it for the day. No point in blowing any more evals or accounts or anything. The only like if I had a gun to my head, Gaddy, you have to make money. The only thing I would do is look for 10:30 to take out the 10 a.m. high, or 10:50 macro. Target the first minor sell side liquidity pool. That's it. Well, to 200 is possible. That's why I trade eval. Nice. I mean, that's good. Yeah, this is. I mean, you can't even be mad. It's not like my model form. And there was one entry at 950, but I don't see myself taking a trade like this. It's just too difficult to hold, and the target of 27.9 is, you don't really know. It could have went sideways here. Like, it's tough. It's a hard trade, so I'm not upset about it. Um, ugh. You're gonna see a lot of people who caught longs today on social media. That's for sure. That's what I can say. Um, yeah, I think for sure we'll close the live account here. I mean, and you're allowed to trade news too. That's a whole other thing. You can CPI these accounts if you want. I'm 5 minutes away from passing is testing my patience, brother. My honest, humble. I don't want to tell you what to do. You know best. I would just come back Monday, fresh mind, fresh focus, not looking to make 500, just looking to follow process. Um, it can get dangerous, and I would hate to see you lose an account just because you want it to be funded by Monday. Be funded by Tuesday, for example. Shit was so jarring. What was jarring? I blew an eval, didn't take it. Oh, I had an exam today. Can you walk me through what formed, if anything, please? I didn't take anything. I said I wanted a 950 macro protraction model. Technically, it formed right here at 950. I'll be honest. I wanted this low to get taken. I missed the SMT. I'll continue to be honest. I don't think I would have taken it anyways. It's a really hard trade. That's it. That's the only thing that formed. Literally, my model didn't form anywhere else. Tell me about the journal. Do you do Node? Do I? No, I don't need to because it saves on my computer. It doesn't. I don't have it on. I believe I don't need to use Node. I know I used it, but then I realized like I don't need it because I can just do it on my computer. I think. But I do. Maybe I do. Honestly, I don't know. Claude did all that stuff for me. I didn't do anything. PM session was far better. Nice. Way to adapt it, brother. Yesterday I got break even twice, shorting to London lows. Break even is better than loss. You know what's crazy though? Denver's eliminated. That's what's crazy. If I do take a trade, it'll be on evals only. I'm not gonna trade my live account in this. There's no way. I'm gonna post for you guys right now on my story all the information that you need to know about the new premium plan. So if you guys you feel like you're missing some information,
become the person you want.
boom, 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 boom. Knicks win everything. Yo, Knicks is some crazy work right there. You prefer losing more money making while trading? You prefer losing or making money? What type of question is that, bro? I mean, if I could choose, I'd choose to win. Yes, it's another protraction model in here. Not really a valid one. I mean, I'd really demand it trade into fair value. The YM protraction model, kind of playing. You mean, do you prefer winning or losing? I mean, yeah, if it's up to me, I'll take the dub. Thank you for asking. The best Propfirm in 2026 for a beginner trader. Don't mind me, guys. Speaking of TikTok, while we watch this hit every single level. If you're a beginner, so we're not getting it. Yeah, doesn't look like it. I mean, some people like to suffer. Lame, bro. Real one prefer losing. For I close this out. Chip me 3K for the big profits in my life. Nice, bro. Nice. Way to hold the trend. Yeah. Way to hold the trend. Yeah. Way to hold. Kinda done. I think a lunch retracement idea is probably the next best high probability. Lunch retracement is probably the next best thing, honestly. Um, 100, 27,900, and we'll leave it at that. This could possibly reach 28. Who knew? 2,800 on the Nasdaq. Thank you, SMT. There's probably been like 5 SMTs, and all of which have broken. So I'd be a little bit cautious. Doo doo doo. Can't lie, guys. This session's kind of over. So I think what we should do now is pull some giveaway winners or something. I think that's we got a lot of winners today, guys. 10 Lucid, 8 Alpha Zero, $550, $75, and one lucky iPad winner. Holy shit. I'm excited, man. I'm nervous. I'll set it up. We'll watch price action for now, and we'll post everything in the Discord as always. Um, We'll start with. Let's start with Lucid. 10 Lucid accounts. Let me set all of them, all the giveaways up. Lucid accounts. Where can I apply? You gotta go back in time for the month of March. That's what you gotta do, but you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. How's gold moving? Gold at least gave a 950 macro protraction too. A little bit cleaner, in my opinion. Just letting ChatGPT make the list. Yeah, I don't see myself taking anything, guys. Looks like the volume is kind of dying out here too. The volume's kind of dying out. SMT suspension block entry now. You could. You could look for 1030 power 3 in the 15 minutes, but I don't like that we've been going sideways for 30 minutes. Next target, I'd look for 27,950. This is already quite extreme. I don't like the volume in here. That's where I kind of a little bit iffy. Okay. Each winner has a 3% chance for the Lucid giveaway. That's the number one. Let's set up number two. Okay, that's number one. Now we got. Let's do number. Let's do the. Let's do that one last because that's the iPad winner. Wait. I guess let's do it in. Let's just do it in order. Oh, someone's gonna walk away with an iPad today. I don't even have an iPad. I feel like an iPad for trading is actually pretty cool. Um, you could look for something like this. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, list two. Oh yeah, that's the alpha. Okay. Two. I'll shuffle once. Okay. Set up list number three. We have 4 wheels to spin today, guys. 4 wheels. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've come down to the 15-minute gap. I like the speed on that candle. I could potentially. Um, could potentially engage in a 1030 power 3 from the 5. I'd only take it on evals. My live account's already closed. 2, 3. Okay, one more wheel to set up. They're an SMT. You know what? We'll do one. We'll do one. Yeah, Lucid doesn't have activation fee, and then we'll do one, maybe one free account. Also, guys, if you guys don't know, let me say this right now. Listen closely. I'm running a free funded next giveaway on my Twitter. Free. You just have to sign up with this link, repost, comment done, nothing else. That's it. You get that. That's completely for you guys if you want it. Some people are gonna short this and just hope it goes all the way down. It may. It may. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to watch and see. You have a giveaway today. You took the account? No. Today should be for but you know what, Big O, I got you, bro. I'll put you into the big alpha one. Four, 5, shuffle. Step here, guys. Okay, I have the 4 wheels ready. I do want to see if I potentially get in long here. Give me a sec. There is an SMT up there. I have the 4 wheels ready. I'll do one shuffle in front of you guys. And then that's it. We gotta go to May giveaway. So if you guys use it today, it's gonna be May, unless I message you something special then. See if we can get in long. I would like an order block here. I would get in long off that. Also be a 30-second breaker. So I could trust something like this. It looks pretty heavy right now, I'll be honest, but we'll see. I drive a Lexus. It's an old Lexus. Stocks are uncorrelated. Stock market going lower. Nvidia's down. Robinhood's up. Oh, the stock market up. Apple's up pretty good. Microsoft's up pretty. I mean, not much. And really, it's just Apple. Really, Nvidia's down, which is the weird thing. But I mean, luckily, we're all out. It could be a full sell model. That'd be kind of crazy. That would be honestly so crazy if we got a full reversal. I think we just wait for see if there's an SMT here. So we'll wait for the SMT there. If we get strong expansion higher, I'll go long. If not, we call it. We call it a day, and I'll only take it on eval. My live account's closed, like I said. This is already a wacky day. Simply not going to risk. Okay, I believe we took that. Let's zoom in there. I think the easiest setup would be an inversion here. So I would take that 50-point stop. 50 times 2 is 100, so 5 cons potentially. If you want to risk 500 on this eval. I would just hop in right away, honestly. Gotta go above. No breakaway gap formation, so kind of already a red flag. I would have preferred this candle be even further. Okay, if we get strong follow through here, I'll go long. May get cooked, but again, I think it's okay. Not that it's a trade I wouldn't take on my live account, but I think today was just overall wacky. So I don't want to risk any money on that. I'm going to wait for closure. I'm not going to front run this. Even if we got to fill all the way up there, we'll just drop this down to 4. See, no closure on that. Potentially small, no small breakaway. Yeah, looks like we're respecting that gap. The question is, would I take a protraction short? All the way back to 9:30 open? I may, honestly, I may. I mean, if it's gonna show me that, I may actually consider a full protraction short. Um, the issue is the stop loss here is we'd have to expect a 5-minute breakaway. If it broke down there, I prefer the long, but let's just see where if the chart can clear it up for us. Okay, YM is just plummeting through. ES is not also moving up. To me, this looks very weak. So maybe it'll make a lower low, then higher. Uh, yeah, 5 minute. Is a 5 minute form? Okay, we can maybe get a 5 minute protraction now. There's no broker. I use interactive brokers for my live account. They're pretty good. I like them. YM is still moving lower. I know NQ is the strongest one out of them. Dollar index is also pivoting higher. Could be a retracement. Dollar index is definitely bearish today. We'd have to break strong above here if I was to try anything. Is that the 5 minute bearish tapped? 5 minute bearish is here. I can always wait for this inversion because I can just long it with a stop loss here now. So I'll wait. I'm a little bit skeptical that it'll do this. But dollar's been weak. Dollar retracing to 5 minute bearish. Candle closes in 4 seconds. 3, 2. All right, let's take it there. Stop loss here. See if we can make a new all-time high. Taking this on my evals, risking 500. I don't think it's worth the risk on my funded or my live account. I think today was a little bit too wacky. I think today was just a little bit too wacky. That's all. Nvidia also looks pretty strong right now. Bullish fair value gap here. I would want to see it really respect that and give up the ghost higher. If it starts, if it even inverses that, probably hold because this OB could also be a play. Say the market expands aggressively, makes a higher high here. I'd probably move my stop here in pyramid 2. So that's the game plan. Nvidia looks really good right now. That's the Nvidia chart. I like that bounce. ES a little bit weaker. YM doing completely its own thing. Dollar index, I like the retracement into premium. We should see speed here if we're bullish. If we're bearish, well then it's going to be obvious. We'll inverse this, take out the low, and then probably down here is always an option. I mean, I like the setup. I like the model. I like the SMT. I like that I'm on the stronger asset. I like the equal highs. I like the 1030 power of 3. Only thing I don't like is the objective is just not that strong. That's one thing I don't like about this trade. I mean, the objective is just the current high of day, which isn't the most important objective. We should really... Also, my fill was kind of bad. I mean, I wanted to get in here at 827. But it's okay. Really don't want to see a lower low. Let's zoom in this. I don't want to see a lower low here. That'd be a red flag. I think I'm going to move my stop to 787. Just the bottom of that inversion. 78675. Take off some of the risk. Aim this at 910. See if it shows signs that it wants 950. Getting a little slow, if I'm being honest. It's 1050 macro now. Well, in 2 minutes, it's 1050 macro. I think this should be. Where is the SMT? Find a color that pops out. You shorted at the high, and now you're out. Good luck. Oh, you had so like break even. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, bro. Which I mean, good. I'd say good risk management. If I was bearish, I mean, we haven't inversed this yet, so I don't think I'd want to be out of the trade. I still think this 5 minute could hold if I was bearish. I think it's also a 10 minute fair value gap. So I still think if I was bearish, it would still could go lower. Um, Kind of seeing that right now, honestly, right when I said that. This looks like a pretty good short, I'm going to be honest. Like, if this closes the way it looks like it's going to close, this looks like it can go all the way down, given that the 10 minute is likely to stay open. Depends how it closes, though. Obviously, this could just wick. Still 20 seconds. We're back to our inversion. We never inverse this fair value gap. The body's really close. A lot of wicks gave me some confidence, but the bodies never got above. I may consider a short here, honestly. We check the other indices. Back to the original inversion, back to the OB. I'm not going to annotate it. We'll just leave it at that. Macro, I don't know if I should put it higher or lower. If we break above here, I would trail. It's not much of a trail, but we'll go 792.5. 791.25. We got the inversion now. We'll see if that's significant. I don't like that this candle already started going lower. We got the inversion. This candle should be moving higher if we're bullish. At least we managed to reduce our risk by 12 points. This is an eval, so it's not the most... I mean, it's still important to manage risk, of course. But 12 points on an eval is not going to make much of a difference. What I like about this is NVIDIA looks really strong. I may hop in here. If I took a, say we got an OB here, 42 points. Have to be one contract. I'll hop in now. I like this as an OB entry. See if it wants to give up some speed. It should be going high. Honestly, I'm surprised that we're not moving higher, given that NVIDIA is pulling higher. I guess YM is still weak. Dollar index is kind of 50-50. All these wicks. It's kind of just killing the whole trade idea. I like the price action here. I don't like the price action here. This is being prolonged. Switching. Have you switched to buying? I was always bullish. I did say that if this was to go, and if I was bearish, it would be a good short. But I don't want to be bearish. We'd have to really break below here for me to consider this. But I wouldn't short that. That would just be, I'm wrong. Come back tomorrow. YM looks really bearish. Dollar index is not rejecting off its 1 minute fair value, or YM is not rejecting, but it did just reach into its premium 5. We'll see if that means anything. Every candle is just wicking here. I like the 5 minute wick at the bottom. We got to get a strong 5 close. It's like impossible to read this really. 2800. Thought it's possible. This is an eval trade. Yeah. Yeah. Not that it's a bad trade. It's my model. We don't break rules here. Hard trade to hold. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. At least we've made a higher high. You want to call it that. The level of speed we get here is really important. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything. Nothing. I'm not even going to make any annotations. At this point, just set and forget, boys. I don't even want to get into it. This is too slow. Hopefully one of you guys took a dub today. This top 50% of the 5 minute could be a big rejection incoming. If I was bearish, I wouldn't want to see it go into the 5 minute 50%. So I actually I like that as a confluence for my long. In my opinion, if it was bearish, it would have went lower here. After coming up, rejecting this fair value gap nicely, it would have continued lower if it was bearish. The fact that we immediately came back up means either one, we're bullish, two, we're very choppy, in which case everybody loses. And that's the two likely scenarios. Should I buy Alpha Advanced or Premium? I would highly recommend Premium. Unless you plan to go for a 45K payout with like ultra aggressive risking, I would just do, yeah, I would do that. Even with relative equal lows. This is SMT. I'm not sure if the mini took it or not, but we did make a lower low there. That's one. Two, I like these relative equal highs. Makes a lower low. That's a bearish order block. If I was bearish, that would look like a pretty, sorry, I don't want to label that as an order block. That would look like a pretty good short right there, 958. If I was bearish. Otherwise, I'd like to see this sweep and really start giving up the gas here. If it closes strongly bearish, on my live account, I'd probably just close. On the eval, I just want to fully submit to the trade idea. I think we will get cooked on this short. Sideways now? It's been going sideways since I entered. Literally sideways since I entered 1043. I like that it wicked, but it really has to go, otherwise it means nothing. YM not doing anything. Dollar is kind of rejecting-ish. Barely. Let me take a look at NVIDIA stock. Nice rally. Really got to go here, man. If it's bullish, it's really got to go. Otherwise, we're in a chop fest, and this could just be a never-ending trade. And my stop is not safe if it's a chop fest. This could be safe, but this, that may not be safe. Considering getting out here, but I think I'd rather just wait. Not the best 1050 macro. I can say that much. 11 a.m. open now. I think this probably gets us. If anything, this looks like a pretty good short, but I'm not going to short it, but that looks like it's a protected high. And that this could just plummet lower. And that's your bearish order block. Tricky. We didn't want to make a new all-time high. Understandable. The 10-minute bearish fair value gap offered a pretty nice short setup. So we'll label it at that as that. I wouldn't short it, but it did deliver. And now I would expect this to flush. I think this is going to flush lower. It's possible it just wicked us, but in my opinion, I think it's going to flush lower. Regardless, let me just journal this quickly. And oh, I don't have to do this. Eval trade. Okay, never mind. So let's go straight to the giveaways. I think we can come all the way down here. Honestly, I'm looking at this now. The fact that that didn't want to go higher, I think it's gonna go all the way down here. And like I said, I do think it'll flush. Tricky, but it's okay. That's why we were risk off. Let's roll some giveaway winners. We got 4 wheels today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me just set up my notepad so I can remember the winners. Okay, first is Lucid 50K Flex giveaway. 10 winners. Okay. 10 winners, 3% chance for everyone in here if you're curious about your probability. Unless you have multiple entries, then obviously it could be 10%, 20%. Some people have a lot of entries, so let's make it fast roll. Can I make it fast roll? I saw someone do that on TikTok. So it's complicated. Let's get out of that. Let's just go back. Okay. No fast roll. 10 winners. 3% chance. If you have 2 entries, 6% chance. 3 entries, 10% chance. Yo, this I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this guy was going to win one. I'm just gonna say that. There used to be a button that said remove all instances. I think it's only fair that someone can't win twice. How to enter? Go back in time. You guys can't even see the wheel. Oh my god. There's the TikTok, can't even see. Say Tobin, congrats, brother. I think it's only fair that someone can't win twice. So if somebody wins twice, we'll just roll again. Congrats, Major. That guy who won the first. This is April Lucid. We have 4 more wheels, guys. Elo, Kento, congrats, brother. I'll announce all the winners in Discord. We have 3 more wheels after this. So we got some spins to do. That's for sure. E7, congrats, brother. This guy's won a couple giveaways before. How can I be a part? Go back in time, join the Discord, and I posted about it almost every single day. That's the best I can give you right now. This guy was also bound to win one. I'll be honest. We'll do no duplicate entry. So if somebody wins again, we'll re-roll. Dale, you're in the alpha giveaway. You're in the next wheel, and I think the 4th wheel as well. This guy was one of the last entries. He had around 3 or 4 entries, I think, so a 10% chance. I'll announce all the winners. This is for Lucid. So if you message me that you use my code with Lucid in April, this is your wheel. There's 3 more wheels after this. Alpha. And we have Alpha. Alpha number 1. Then we have Apex, Tradeify, Fund and X, My Fund and Futures. That's a separate cash giveaway. Oh, crazy. Congrats, brother. All right, the last winner of a Lucid account. You'll still get the eval, Bailey. He won already, so we'll roll again. Yo, Lulu. Congrats, bro. Lulu was in chat. Okay, that's the Lucid account giveaways. Now let me ask you guys: do you guys want to do the Alpha Futures iPad one last or next? I feel like we should do the iPad last. Personally, I feel like that makes the most sense. Last? Okay, a lot of people on YouTube said last. Okay, so we're going to jump to this giveaway. This was the 20% off, the bonus giveaway. If you use my code in that 1 week of time, 3 winners for this one, 50K 0. Good luck. Your chances are a lot better on this one. Congrats. This guy had a couple entries, I think. So 3 winners on this one. So this is the bonus alpha giveaway. Bloodlust was due to win one too. I won't lie. He was due to win one. Number 3. All right. So for this specific giveaway, 1 more winner, and then we got 11 more winners to go. Nico, congrats, Nico. Nico had 2 entries in there, so it makes sense. Okay, that's that. Now, let's do the cash giveaway. So if you use my code with Funded Next, Tradeify, My Funded Futures, or Apex, you're in this wheel. 5 winners, $75. Congrats to this guy. He used my code a whole bunch. Congrats, Nicholas. Then we'll do the alpha giveaway. 5 zeros and 1 iPad winner. Big Savage, congrats, brother. Oh, that was a crazy edge right there. Atman Neveen, congrats, brother. 2 more winners for the $75, which is basically just, you can get any account. I mean, I'll be honest, you can't get every single account, but you'll pretty much be able to get an account. Come on, Coke. Come on, Coke. This is for cash, yes. This guy already won, but he won a different giveaway. So I think we should count it. It's not fair. I mean, he was on a separate wheel, so. Okay, that's that. Now, we got 5 alpha winners, and then the last let me ask you guys. Do you guys want the iPad to be winner number 6 or winner number 1? Because we got 6 winners on this wheel. iPad and 5 zeros. So do you prefer the iPad winner to be winner number 6 or 1? Statistically, your chances will be better if it's 6. But if we do 1 and you get picked in the first 5, then you can't win. Okay, everyone's saying 6. Statistically, 6 is in your favor. If you win, like, you might be sad right now. Like, this guy is probably sad. If you're in the first 5, Funded Next was the last one, brother. Funded Next was the last one. Funded Next, I do cash giveaways. But there's also the Funded Next giveaway. You mean? The Funded Next giveaway will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll announce the winners in the Discord. That's on Twitter. So make sure you signed up on Twitter for that. Like, that's for Funded Next accounts. We did Apex. Okay, so these are all Alpha Zero winners. So I got 4. So 2 more Alpha Zeros. 2 more Alpha Zeros. This is Alpha Zeros. And then the 6th person is like, if these people are winning, are probably so sad. But I guess you never know. Lucid was the first one. We have 10 Lucid winners. I will post if you weren't here, you missed it. I'll post all the winners in the Discord. This is the last Alpha Futures 0 winner. Chinu. I mean, he deserves an account. I'll be on this guy. Okay. Winner number 6. This person's walking away with an iPad. If somebody who already won wins this one, that's I think that's fair because they had the most entries and they only won an account. So we wouldn't do 2 accounts. So this one is if you're on this wheel, you can win. This is if you use my code with Alpha Futures in the entire month and you messaged me. I have no idea. This guy might just have one. I'm curious to see who this is. I've never even seen this before. WQ. Are you in the stream by any chance? WQ. I don't have him added. Is he in the Discord? His name is Ben. This guy definitely has no idea that he just won. He had 1 entry. That's crazy. He must be so happy, bro. That's crazy. All right, just for fun, for chat right now, Lucid 50K flex. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys this form super quick. If you're on TikTok, come to YouTube very quick. Discord. Go to the if you're not in the YouTube stream, go to the YouTube stream. Free giveaway right now. I'm just doing 1 account. Discord username. Settings. They make it like 1 response only. Limit to 1 response. Publish. Shorten URL. All right, YouTube. I'm pinning it. I'm giving you guys 2 minutes. So 11:17. You have until 11:17. Damn, that guy's fat, bro. I just posted it, bro. I'll post it in the giveaway. It'll be in the giveaway section. I'll make a very obvious post announcement. Like you'll know. One Lucid 50K flex free. This is free. You have until 11:17. We're not like extending this. You gotta go right now. You still have 2 minutes. Go to the YouTube, click the link, put your name in. You should be able to get it done within 2 minutes very easily. This is just for people who decide to stay in the stream. And remember the funded next giveaway on Twitter. Free. 3 winners, 25K legacy account. You can make a lot of money. There's no consistency rule on that. I took 1 eval trade, KJR, we lost. But out of curiosity, what ended up happening to that trade? Oh, we kind of got souped out, huh? This low, and I mean that's what I said, right? I'd have figured that this low would be protected, but this stop wasn't. Good thing we didn't go short, because we would have lost again. Yeah, difficult, right? Difficult. I'm not even gonna try to read it. It could go right back down. 11:16, guys. You have until Wheel of Names. Wish you guys the most luck. Most luck. Still 11:16. So, okay, 11:17. That's it. That's the last guy. I feel like I was very fair with the timing. Did I miss? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, I feel bad. Monopixel, I'll add you, bro. Cause like your name just like I wasn't just gonna leave you hanging. Like that's just rude. I'll do one shuffle, one winner. I wish you guys best of luck. I'm very excited for May. We're gonna stream. You guys can't see. I'm very excited for May. We'll stream every day in May. Hopefully we can have a very good Mr. Dang. Congratulations, Mr. Dang. You better be in the Discord. Mr. Dang, what's your Discord, brother? Okay, there you are, Mr. Dang. Okay. Congrats, Mr. Dang. I appreciate you guys coming through to the live streams. I will see you guys on Monday and every single day in May. Hoping that May's a better month for us. I'll admit. April was tough. Hopefully May can be better. And for the next codes, go into a cash giveaway. First guy to put you home. Appreciate you, Dale. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Monday. If you lost, I'm sorry. If you won, congratulations. The guy who won the iPad, congratulations to you. He probably still has no idea. Here, let me just announce all the winners here. April giveaway winners. Just so you guys see, I'm not in a scam or anything. All right. First, we have 10K loose or 10 winners. Well, let's do this. 50K Lucid Flex. 10 winners. So if you see your name. Okay, that guy definitely deserved a win. Oh, it's gonna take a long ass time to write all this. That guy definitely deserves a win. I mean, I say deserve, I just mean like they had a lot of entries. I think everyone here deserves a free account. If someone here doesn't show up, then they won't. Yeah, I mean, I think most of these people had multiple entries. Well, this post is going to be so long. This is brutal. What was his name? Dr. Hand? What was that guy's name? Mr. Dang. Oh, Mr. Dang. Okay. Then we have 8 at okay. 50K alpha 0 8 winners. We have also, if you're in boot camp and you're waiting for a meeting, we're just gonna have a really long meeting. Well, not gonna be long, but let me make that announcement quickly. So we're doing a full monthly review tomorrow. Full monthly review this weekend. No meeting today. At me for a trade review, or if you need one-on-one after the full review. Okay, let's go back to the giveaways. Nico, you won a good amount of giveaways, brother. Oh wait, no, that's a different Nico. I don't think you won before. Okay, then we have $75 cash. 5 winners. This is taking really long. And then, guys, funded next winners will be announced tomorrow in the Discord. I'm not gonna go live to do a stream. It'll just be in the Discord. And then finally, the lucky iPad winner, Ben. It's this guy. Wait, there's more alpha winners. Mahmoud. I know you guys are just watching me. It's probably like really boring, but I just want it on camera that I'm not trying to scam anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Bonus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one iPad winner. And I'll also post it here. Giveaway winners announced. Okay, I appreciate you guys coming through. Like I said, I'll be live every day in May. I'll be live every day in May. I will see you guys on Monday. Take care. I wish you guys best. What is the link on Twitter for the Funded Next giveaway? Is it just to sign up? It's to make an account with Funded Next, correct. How many entries is a lot? There were entries range, like there were a couple people, there weren't many, but like I will say that from that list, there were 2 or 3 people who had like, I don't even want to say, like I feel bad, like 20 or 30, which I mean it's not the craziest. I mean if you're buying in sets of 5, and I guess it takes three tries. I think you should pass an eval. I think 4, maybe even 5 attempts for an eval, assuming you're going aggressive. I think that's like about the max. If you like tried your best 5 times in a row and you failed 5 times in a row, doesn't mean you're wrong or a bad trader. It just means I think that's where you need an adjustment, or something needs to change. Maybe you have to risk more so that your wins pass you the account. Anyways, I gotta head out. Are you still in the trade? No. We took the long. We lost. It was an eval trade. Looks like it's moving higher. Didn't expect it to after coming down that far, but there is an SMT here, so no words. As for the study, it'll look like this. I'm happy we didn't trade the live, and that's it, really. That's it. So I will see you guys Monday. Take care. Till next time.